Nick, do you know much about Majak Daw? Do you know him? Have you spoken to him? Have you done any work with him?
Yeah, the boys have been calling me Majak all day, so I'm sick of hearing his name. He's a multicultural ambassador like me as well, so I've done a fair bit of work with him. Most times when I go to Melbourne, I'll catch up with him and Ali Fahur and do a bit of work. So he's doing a great job out in the community and spreading the word of footy, especially through the Sudanese community and the African community as well.
When you saw him kick 6, did you see that in him in his 4th game, that he could be that good straight away?
I saw he had that talent. So he's been around for a while now. I think he's been 4 or 5 years playing in the TAC Cup, and I've seen a bit of vision of him as well playing. I've seen one where he's run from, I think, deep in the back pocket and run the full forward and kick the goal. So if you get a chance, YouTube that. But yeah, he does some special stuff. So I always knew, he's had that in him. So and even his first game that he played, he might have ended up with 6, but he got knocked out pretty early. So it'll be an exciting player to watch over the years.
Would he be ready to take you on in the ruck, do you reckon?
I'm not sure. He hasn't been rucking a fair bit, so it'll be a tough one for him this week up against Glassy or Big Eric McKenzie. So hopefully they do the job and limit him to maybe 1 or 2 goals.
Have you seen a bigger man?
That's probably the main thing I've been commenting about in the gym. They're saying, this guy looks like, and where's your muscles? No, it's good. I haven't seen a bigger man. He's just so ripped. So I don't know how else to put it. He's a big man.
Nick, you were pretty close to normal game time on Saturday. How did you pull up and get through?
Yeah, pulled up pretty good. A little bit of soreness, but I missed that soreness, so I'm not complaining about it. I'm smiling that I've got that back. So getting there slowly. So I played about 40 odd minutes my first week back, and then I think in the high 80s weekend just gone. So just looking to build on that and just keep getting that match fitness into me.
When Dean Cox fell on his head in the first quarter, were you thinking, geez, I might have to do
I thought I'd be doing a fair bit of rucking, or I'd be dragging Eric McKenzie or Will Schofield up to do a bit of stuff as well. But yeah, it was a good effort for Coxie to come back and play the rest of the game, especially with my game time being managed. It probably would have hurt it a fair bit. So, but yeah, it's good for him to come back.
How did you cope with the time out? It seemed like it took longer than everyone initially thought. How did that affect you, and how did you sort of keep yourself upbeat?
Yeah, similar to what Brad Dick spoke about, just having those guys who've had similar surgeries, just having them around you. But we've had a lot of guys who've had long-term injuries. Martin Nikoski and Martin Lacroix, and Nico's just on his way out of rehab at the moment and looking to play games. So having those guys and seeing that they've sat out a whole year of footy, I just put it into perspective as well. And at least mine was over the pre-season where I didn't miss as many games, where those guys had to sit through 22 rounds of footy. Having a good group of guys in the rehab group was something that helped me.
Did it take longer than you initially expected?
Yeah, I wasn't really aware of how long it would take. Some guys take a year or so off footy when they have osteitis pubis, but probably it was frustrating to start with, watching games early, especially when you're not winning games. It is tough to watch, but it did take a little bit longer than what I thought.
And Nick, we asked Matt earlier, just a word on your captain playing his 250th this week. How good a player is he? How good a leader is he?
Yeah, he's a great leader. I couldn't see anyone else to fill that role. I am pretty proud of him, pretty excited as well. He's not one to get too excited about it. He won't go out doing any media or anything on it unless he's told to, these guys. He just goes about his business. He's someone that likes to lead by example, and he likes to do all his talking on field. He's a pretty quiet man, but he's a real tough man as well.
What about through 08, 09, 10, when times were really tough? How important was him turning it around and keeping the confidence up? Yeah,
he was great. He's always someone that would lead the way on the footy field and at training as well. Alongside guys like Matt Prittis, Glassy. He had his groin problems around that same time as well, so he sat a fair chunk out, and despite being injured, he didn't feel down and sorry for himself. He was out there cheering the guys on and letting us know, as well as Whoosh, that some better times are just around the corner, and it's been a pretty quick turnaround for us.
He seems like a pretty serious guy. Does he have a joke around or anything like that?
Serious? Yeah, he's serious, but he He jokes around a fair bit. I sat next to him the whole flight to Brisbane and back, and I wouldn't say he's serious. He likes to have a good joke. Yeah.
Maybe just in front of the media.
Yeah, probably.